Welcome back. Now, if anyone had said at the beginning of this year that court hearings will go online and virtual, many would have scoffed at the idea and probably dismissed it. But with the Borno and Lagos state judiciaries taking the lead in virtual court proceedings, it's safe to say, welcome to the new normal. Indeed, the Borno State Judiciary in Nigeria's Northeast region was the first to hold a virtual court session across the country. On the 27th of April, the Chief Judge of the state, Justice Kashim Zana, monitored the sitting, which was presided over by Justice Fadawu Umaru.
The bruises I noticed around her neck was published red.
A week later, on Monday, the 4th of May, the Lagos State Judiciary, led by its Chief Judge, Justice Kazim Alugba, also made history when, via Zoom, a man was sentenced to hang until he dies. About 100 people participating from different locations hooked up to the online platform to watch the court hearing. The CJ is happy that the proceedings went well.
You could see from the proceedings that certain things are essential to make it a success. Power supply. You will imagine what will have happened if there was power failure. So that underscores the necessity for constant power supply. And you know the state of power supply in this country. But of course, we have our generators, and that again underscores the fact that they must be working effectively at least all through the period the courts will be sitting. Secondly, connectivity. I don't know if you witnessed or you observed when the laptop was showing your connectivity is so you need good connectivity during the period when courts will be sitting. All this we are working on, and judges who will be sitting virtually will be provided with all this backup to ensure that the proceedings are seamless, so that you don't have interrupted and interjected proceedings. And that way, the essence of the virtual sitting will have been fully assured and gained. But what we have witnessed just shows us is the fact that, as the saying goes, there is nothing permanent in life other than change. It is ironical that it is something negative that is forcing us to make a positive change. It has also shown us the ease with which we could deliver justice. It has shown us the better speed by which we could deliver justice. So, subject to availability of funds, that's a key factor. In fact, it should have been the first factor. Subject to availability of funds, there's no going back.
The CJ says training will continue for judges, registrars, and all court staff so that justice can be delivered cheaper and more speedily. He also speaks about the kind of proceedings that will be conducted virtually.
You will observe that the first Zoom hearing we've done is a criminal proceeding. That is where there's always the necessity for urgency. And so we have started with criminal proceedings. As time goes by, we will extend this to civil proceedings. If you had the opportunity of reading the practice directions, we stated the kind of cases will be taken during this pandemic period. And these are urgent matters, fundamental rights applications, where the defendant is in custody, like this defendant, or where there are applications for bail, or where there are applications to remand people who have been arrested and who probably needs to be remanded. These are very, very time-bound matters. And then judgments too are meant to be delivered within 3 months. Well, this has come in to help us now, so that any judge who wants to deliver judgment or ruling can now use this facility. And that's why we need to extend his application to include other registrars, which we are going to We're going to try and train them fast.
The Lagos State government is committed to partnering with the judiciary, so says the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice Moyosere Onigbanjo. He told Law Weekly that the executive is committed to assisting the digitization process of the judiciary.
In the judiciary now, they have a first-line charge on their funds, so their funds go straight to them. It's not an issue of them coming to us anymore. But in addition to that, we, for example, the plan that we have for them this year is to assist them in going fully digital, to assist them in becoming a court which is technologically compliant. So we will support them as much as we can, bearing the constraints on funds that the state has, because the current administration takes the administration of justice as a priority, and we will do all we can to ensure that they get all the funding that they require.
The AG is also encouraging everyone to get on board with technology.
Gone are the days in which a lawyer would not be able, for example, to use Zoom, to use Microsoft Teams, to do webinars, to conduct online interviews and what have you. So in the Ministry of Justice, some of the innovations we're doing is to even start remote mediation. So we get parties who come to, for example, our citizens mediation centers. We tell them that, look, you don't have to come here physically. Just use your phone, dialing to this number. The other party also dials in, and the mediator sits wherever, whether in the CMC center or in his office, and then they have a dialogue. So we are encouraging them. We're also people who normally troop in here just to present one petition or the other. We're telling them that it's not necessary. Send us an email, send us even WhatsApp messages, send us text messages. We will respond as much as we can. We know there are limitations, of course, because there's still so many things that government does, physically or without copy. But with time, seeing the challenges that this has thrown up, we know that definitely, even those things which you can't do remotely now, we know that with time, in the next couple of months, we have to fashion out or design new ways in which, yes, people don't have to come physically. And I believe that, we're up to the task.
A senior member of the bar, Olukayode Enitan, who participated in the Lagos State virtual proceedings, is confident that it can work if all stakeholders collaborate.
Virtual proceedings, remote court hearings are not new. This has been ongoing other than in Nigeria for very many years, and in some instances even for over a decade. So that we were slow in catching up does not mean that we shouldn't seize the moment. What has happened is that the future has happened on us. It's before maybe we were working towards it. I remember that during the tenure of Justice S.O. Ilori as the Chief Judge of Lagos State, he started the verbatim reporter thing. Till today, we are still stuck at somewhere between where he started and somewhere on the journey. We have not arrived. So now COVID-19 has suddenly brought the future to us. And we should not be afraid. We should confront it. Now, should it be restricted to only civil cases? I do not think so. Should it be restricted only to delivery of judgment in criminal cases or in civil cases? I do not think so. There is absolutely no part of it, of a current court proceeding that is not suitable for remote court hearing or for virtual court proceedings. It's already being used in arbitration. It's being used in mediation. Who says it cannot be used? And what says it cannot be used in court proceedings? Absolutely nothing.
And here's where we adjourn till next week. Don't forget that you can watch again this episode of the program and past episodes on our YouTube channel. I'm Shola Shayeli. Thank you for watching.